Imagine you're in a kitchen, ready to recreate the most divine chocolate souffle you've ever tasted. You have the recipe at hand, detailing every ingredient and each step required to transform raw materials into culinary delight. Well, writing a methodology section in a research paper is strikingly similar to following that recipe. The methodology is the recipe of your research. It provides the details that allow others to understand your process and, if necessary, reproduce your study. Just as a good recipe requires specific ingredients, precise measurements, and clear instructions, a well-written methodology needs a clear research design, data collection methods, and data analysis methods. First, like choosing whether you're baking a souffle or a brownie, you must define your research design. Are you conducting a qualitative study, gathering data through interviews or observations? Or perhaps it's a quantitative study, focusing on numerical data and statistical analysis. Maybe you've opted for a mixed methods approach, combining both qualitative and quantitative elements. Whichever it is, make sure to specify, as this forms the base of your research recipe. Next, consider your data collection methods. These are the ingredients of your research. They could be questionnaires, interviews, observations, or document analysis. Detail each method precisely. For instance, if you're using a questionnaire, who are the participants? How many questions does it contain, and what kind? If you're conducting interviews, how many people are you interviewing and what's the format? Just like specifying the exact amount of cocoa and sugar in your souffle, this step is crucial to ensure others can replicate your study. Then proceed to your data analysis methods. This is the cooking process of your research. How will you interpret the data collected? Will you use thematic analysis for qualitative data or statistical tests for quantitative data? Describe this process in detail. Much like explaining the cooking time and temperature for the souffle, it's important to provide clear instructions so others can follow your steps. Finally, address any ethical considerations in your methodology. If your research involves human participants, how do you ensure their privacy and consent? This is akin to allergen information in a recipe, necessary for the well-being of those involved. In summary, a well-crafted methodology section is akin to a well-written recipe. It starts with a clear research design, followed by precise data collection methods, a detailed description of data analysis methods, and a conscientious approach to ethical considerations. Remember, the ultimate goal of your methodology section, much like a recipe, is to allow others to follow your exact steps and achieve the same results. So the next time you sit down to write a methodology section, think of your favorite recipe and the precision it requires. This can guide you to create a methodology that is not only complete and precise, but also perfectly replicable, just like that divine chocolate souffle.